There you go. She's king of the hill. When between here and those feeders, they're not supposed to be into unless we let them in there to clean it up once in a while. There's a hot wire runs across between me and her, so she can't go anywhere. But when those feeders get down, they can sneak out this side. It ain't the first time. I know she's one that's been through there 2 or 3 times. Let's see if she clears this. See if she gets zapped. She got lucky. Surprised she got out on her own. Anyway, just thought I'd show you that quickie. You don't see it too often. Because usually there's not a pile they can get on like that. Just got done separating. The only thing out here, well, actually I shouldn't say that. Out here in front, instead of being the heifers and pregnant 2-year-olds, it is the heifer calves and the steer calves. And there should be 3 open. 2 and 3-year-olds out here. The 2-year-olds are now in their pen where they belong, where we cleaned out yesterday. And a day to move grain too. Yay. We use old water troughs for moving it. And my mother doesn't like the big totes we have, so she gets water troughs filled up. It works. It's just a pain in the butt. And almost time to order feed again, which that thrills her to death. Seems like I have to order fuel and feed pretty much the same week. So, and I'm getting lucky. The kids are doing this. I've done it the last 3 times. So, anyway, catch you some more later. Thanks for watching. And like a bad dream, I'm back. It doesn't take too much to get them cleaned up. Sometimes we end up using this pressure washer, but things have been damp enough that they didn't get to dry on the paddles, so they're hosing off good with just the hose. Sitting here with the floor running for her. It's already run around a few times before I got over here, but there's still a bunch of stuff underneath on the chain, so bring her around and do it to it. So that's how we do it. This one's kind of nice because it's hydraulic drive floor. It's easy. You don't got to worry about the beaters kicking on if somebody's in it, because that can happen. Things can vibrate, and the other kind you can have a lever move because you hit it with the water or whatever, and then you kick them back on. You don't want that. But anyway, this is Friday, and I may slow down a little bit. Take a few days to get something put together. And I'm just sitting here because it's the safe thing to do. She's fine without me, but, you know, hopefully it won't take too long. So I'll get you some more later. Might be the other spreader. Might be just the rain. They were right, it rained. I think they were off a little on the timing. They said 1 a.m. and then they changed their mind to 2 a.m. and at 1 a.m. this morning I was wide awake listening to it. All right, more to come. Dog's life. She's watching number 1 stuff some O-rings in the O-ring storage over there. They had leftovers from tractor, and a couple came with some filters or something. Since this thing's been sitting in here for a week, it's just sitting here for a place to park it, really. Number 2 started marking. When we got the signage made, we got vinyl stripes to put on to match the cab stripe on down the box. Pieces are all cut to go on each compartment door. And a piece for the front so it wraps around. Let's see if you can see it or not. Hey, there it is. Dead center of the screen, there's a little pencil mark. I walked in there and she says, did I get it in the right spot? So I put a straight edge on, and yeah, it's where it needs to be. And no, we didn't get to that. That was, she decided we were going to do that over the weekend, and number 1 wasn't here Saturday. She was riding in a dump truck with her fiance, playing around up in the Coast Range, up on Saddle Mountain. And then my wife decided her and number 2 were going to go through some stuff in the container and get some of number 1 stuff out of there, so we've got some room for storage. And
in my house.
Since her and her fiance have it was his aunt's house. His dad and her owned the property together, and he had to buy his aunt out, so that's done now. It was his grandpa's place. So she got a place to put stuff. So she ended up taking the whole weekend off. We hauled stock trailer load of stuff up there, got rid of it. And I've been trying to figure out this part of this video. I got 2 other sections here that by the time you get to this one, you've already seen them. So this is Monday, the 18th of November. And the other night, YouTube sent out a email to everybody that put stuff on and all these changes and stuff. And some people are going, oh my God, it's the end of the world. Well, no, at the moment, all we have to do is say whether our content is aimed toward children or not. Well, unfortunately, it doesn't sound like things are going to be real good for a while. That's why some are, it's like the end of the world. Like I said, it's not the end of the world. Some of the stuff on my channel, you might hear a curse word here or there. I try to keep it clean. That's one reason I don't film myself working on things. When I smash my hand, I say words.
Except for that calving video, though, that oh fuck moment.
Yeah, you heard it out of her.
Yeah.
And that's going to happen.
Especially
because it's live and I'm not editing the stuff out. You hear it how it happens.
Yeah.
If you were standing here, that's how it'd be. Try not to show things that are offensive, but that doesn't mean anything. What's offensive to you might be not offensive to everybody else. And what's not offensive to me, well, it very well could be offensive to everybody else. I see a cow with a prolapse. That means her uterus is hanging out backwards, out her backside. And literally, take number 1's body right there. That's a uterus hanging out of a cow. That's how big it is. When it comes around inside out and backwards, and blood squirting, and hopefully not too much, manure stuck to it, straw stuck to it, you got to clean all that stuff up and try to get it back inside the cow or she's going to die.
Not fun, by the way.
It happens. I don't care what the animal is. It does happen at some point. Doesn't happen to everybody, but it does happen. So anyway, I've had to go through on all of my videos since I can't seem to be able to do it for my channel. I had to do it per video and mark them. No, it is not for children. Now, the part that sucks about that is there's a lot of stuff that kids can learn. And by saying it's not for children, well, the only way they're going to see it is if they're sitting there with mommy and daddy. Granted, they're not supposed to be watching regular YouTube if they're under 13, and that's still the demographic that they're hitting. It's 13 and under. Well, I'm sorry. Time I was 5 years old, time I was 3 years old, I knew what a dead cow out in the pasture looked like. I knew what the dead deer in the ditch smelled like when it had been there for a week on a hot summer. They kind of get a little plump, and eventually they gas up enough that they blow up, make a mess. It happens. I don't care who you are, it's offensive to the olfactory nerves because it flat out stinks. Mm-hmm. And, what you see is what you see. Of course, I've farmed my whole life. I spent 20 years as a volunteer firefighter. I've seen some stuff that, some of these kids nowadays, if they saw that, they'd have to go in therapy for the rest of their lives. And I don't know. I just take it as it's what Mother Nature put out there to see. Some people can take seeing things, some can't. I know guys, I worked with a firefighter at our station that he was a paid guy at one of the big stations, one of the big districts around. And, after doing it for 35 years, things happened in his head. And he was trained for some of the worst stuff you'd ever see. So I don't know. Some people, I could snap in another 20 years, who knows? But if I snap in another 20 years, well, that's probably about the end of my life anyway. So, but
you are not that old. Let's not say that. Let's not go there.
Anyway, if you're looking, that says Freightliner on it. It's international truck. That's tough. I had a box of those mud flaps, and it works. She's wondering where I'm looking.
Oh, I was going to say something.
I actually have a Freightliner front emblem I thought about putting on the front of the hood, but I didn't. This is the oddball. But anyway, time will tell what happens with YouTube. I don't think it's going to go away. I just think it's going to be a little difficult for some people coming up. As for me, I'm doing it for fun. Don't have enough people watching me. I don't have enough up. I don't have this. I don't have that. So, I think there are ways I could monetize at this level I'm at, but they're not the mainstream ways. And I don't want to screw it up. I just want to have fun. I've met a lot of people. I don't know what it is. You got a hold of it. There, what is it? Let's see.
It's a little hinge.
Oh, now she tells me it's a hinge.
Edge.
Oh, that's off like a little wooden box, like a cigar box or something.
So I don't need it in my O-rings?
No, I know what it's off of. No, it's off one of those O-ring boxes.
That makes sense.
Yeah, that's why it's in with the O-rings. Whoops. So, anyway, I'll most likely get this and the other 2 clips up today. I wanted to give it a couple days rest. It seems like I was putting one up every day, which I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but, I get to comment and reply to people.
Later too.
That's what she says. The dogs will probably get some too. If I had a couple GoPros, that'd be cool. Just mount GoPros on all the dogs.
Oh, geez.
Then we'd know which one really needed their butt kicked when they chased some critters, like that red one right there. He got chased around the yard the other day. He snuck in to nip one in the butt when we were trying to get in to feed hay. And number 2 almost got kicked in the face by the cow that was trying to kick the dog.
I was hosing out the manure spreader and someone got hosed because he was underneath the tractor and wouldn't listen to his mom. Huh?
Yeah. Anyway. So, like, subscribe, ring the bell, do the stuff you normally been doing. Hopefully things will work out for everybody. And we'll catch you later. Thanks for watching.